Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there stood a giant oak tree. It was tall and strong, with thick branches that stretched far and wide. Beside it grew a bamboo plant, thin and slender. The oak looked at the bamboo and often said with pride, "Look at me, I am the strongest tree in this forest. No storm can bring me down. But you, little bamboo, you're so weak. How can you even survive here?" The bamboo would smile gently and reply, "You may be strong, dear oak, but strength alone is not everything. Sometimes it's better to bend than to stand tall." The oak laughed loudly, shaking its mighty branches. "That's foolishness. Bending is a sign of weakness. Strength is all that matters," it said proudly. Time passed and the oak continued to boast about its strength. The bamboo, however, remained humble and quiet, swaying gently in the breeze. One day the sky grew dark. Heavy clouds rolled in, and the wind began to howl. Birds flew to their nests, and the animals of the forest scurried for shelter. A fierce storm was coming. The oak stood tall, ready to face the storm. "Let the winds blow as hard as they can," it said confidently. "I will not move an inch." The bamboo, on the other hand, whispered to itself, "The storm is strong, but I must stay calm. I will bend with the wind and wait for it to pass." The storm arrived with a roar. The wind screamed through the forest, shaking everything in its path. Trees swayed violently, and rain poured down like a waterfall. The oak held its ground, determined not to give in. "I am the strongest tree here," it thought, gripping the earth with its roots. But the wind only grew stronger, pushing against the oak's massive trunk. Meanwhile, the bamboo bent low with the wind. It swayed and danced with the storm, bending all the way to the ground but never breaking. As the storm raged on, the oak began to feel the pressure. Its branches creaked and cracked under the force of the wind. "I will not fall," it cried out, but the storm was too powerful. With a loud and heartbreaking crack, the oak's trunk split, and the mighty tree fell to the ground. When the storm finally passed, the forest grew quiet again. The sun peeked through the clouds, and the birds came out of their nests. The bamboo slowly straightened itself, standing tall once more. The bamboo looked at the fallen oak and sighed deeply. "Oh, my friend," it said softly, "your strength was great, but your unwillingness to bend became your downfall." The oak, lying broken on the ground, asked in a weak voice, "How did you survive when I, the strongest tree, could not?" The bamboo smiled kindly and replied, "Strength is important, but so is flexibility. When the winds of life blow hard, those who refuse to bend are often broken, but those who learn to adapt can survive even the strongest storms. I bent, but I did not break. That is how I endured." The oak thought about this and realized the truth in the bamboo's words. "I thought standing firm was my greatest strength," it said, "but now I see that true strength comes from knowing when to stand tall and when to bend." From that day on, the story of the bamboo and the oak spread throughout the forest. All the trees and plants learned that survival wasn't just about being strong, it was about being resilient, adaptable, and wise.